Advisors to US President-elect Donald Trump have begun to voice proposals to end Russia's war with Ukraine based on ideas of territorial concessions and the exclusion of Ukraine from NATO, according to a Reuters analysis of statements and interviews with several people close to the US president-elect. Initiatives presented by three key Trump advisors, including retired Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg, propose freezing of current front lines, exclusion of Ukraine from the list of candidates for NATO membership, provision of security guarantees to Ukraine by the United States, which may include the supply of weapons after the conclusion of a peace agreement. Trump advisors say they plan to use a carrot-and-stick mechanism to coerce Russia and Ukraine into negotiations, such as cutting off military aid to Ukraine if it refuses to negotiate, or increasing support if Russia refuses. The proposals from three key advisors, including Trump's future envoy to Russia and Ukraine, retired Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg, have some common elements. Kiev's reaction and the challenges of the plan. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has previously said the country is ready for diplomatic solutions but continues to insist on joining NATO and returning all occupied territories. Analysts say Putin may drag out the negotiations, waiting for favorable conditions. Trump has not yet formed a central task force to implement his plan, but several options are already being discussed among a small circle of advisors, including the creation of a demilitarized zone or autonomous regions in eastern Ukraine. Putin will likely take his time consolidating his position and waiting to see what concessions Trump might offer to tempt him into negotiations, if any. As of last week, Trump had not yet formed a core group to work on his peace plan, according to four advisors who spoke on condition of anonymity. Instead, ideas were being discussed among his advisors in public forums and sometimes directly with him. Vice President Vance, who had spoken out against aid to Ukraine during his time as a senator, unveiled his vision in September. In an interview with podcaster Sean Ryan, he said the agreement would likely include the creation of a demilitarized zone along current front lines, which would then be fortified to prevent further Russian incursions. Controversies and international reaction experts warn that the proposals could face resistance both in Kyiv and among European allies. Some US lawmakers are also skeptical about plans to increase military aid to Ukraine. Former US intelligence analyst Eugene Ruma believes that the ultimate success of Trump's proposals will depend on his ability to reach an agreement personally with Vladimir Putin and Volodymyr Zelensky.
Pope Francis met Hungary's Prime Minister Viktor Orban at the Vatican on Wednesday and discussed with him the war in Ukraine, focusing on the humanitarian situation and efforts to promote peace in the region. Francis also discussed other themes, including the Hungarian presidency of the Council of the European Union as well as the central role of the family and the protection of the young generations, the Vatican said in a statement. During his visit in Hungary last year, Francis met with some 35,000 Ukrainian refugees who remained in Hungary. Nearly 2.5 million refugees entered the Eastern European country early on in Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Orban has repeatedly called for a ceasefire in the war. But he has refused to supply Kiev with weapons, and he has threatened to veto EU sanctions against Moscow while maintaining Hungary's strong dependence on Russian energy. The Hungarian leader also met with Vatican Secretary of State Pietro Parolin and Miroslav Wachowski for relations with states.
Siamo avanti da 1000 anni. Ma un regalo della mia vita. Che al nostro.
Hasonlóképpen régi szép.
Sì, in maniera del tutto inaspettata appaiono in ungheria dei libri di edizioni vecchie.
19. század vége.
Lì,
19. század vége.
Questo è una cosa che facciamo qui nei nostri uffici, pizza e amore. C'è San Francesco di Assisi, il sole, il lupo, questo è il messaggio di pace di quest'anno che l'ho firmato oggi per lei. L'ho fatto sulla cultura, sull'ambiente.
sono molto grato a Santo Padre, lo ringraziamo moltissimo.